But guys, the recordings of these my live classes, if you go into your I think it's in your your back office or whatever for the platform, and you can get like topics, events, and things like that. If you look under topics, I'll be posting the replays of these under Riley's live classes. So you guys will be able to find the previous recordings. They'll be labeled and stuff. They'll be in YouTube format. So yeah, so I'm actually going to be changing the day of this class. The reason why is because when it was just me and Dane doing it, you know, me and Dane were on every night pretty much, you know, 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week. We did it on Wednesdays because we were usually in the moves already. We wanted to monitor the moves and kind of see what's going on. But I feel like Wednesday nights is too late into the trading week to do a midweek update. The reason I say that is because most of our, you know, Friday evening, I have my weekly outlook class where I'm marking up charts. I'm finding patterns, channels, trend lines, support, resistance, market structure, fundamentals, and things like that. And then usually by Wednesday, the move is already made, or either we're already in the trade or the move has already been rejected and we've stopped looking at the trade for a little while. So I'm going to actually change this class to Monday nights. Oh, webinar recordings can be found in the courses section. Cool. There you go, Joel. I have no idea where the courses section is, but pretty sure other people do. But so I want to do it Monday nights because Monday nights is when we're going to start getting real close. There's a lot of liquidity in the markets Sunday, and Sundays when the market's open, and Monday during the day. Tuesdays is when the market usually has its trend. It's usually decided the direction it's going to go. It's usually kind of leveled out. And so Monday nights is where I really want to do these. So Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern is when the midweek update is going to be, or just a weekly update. I don't know. So Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing the weekly outlook. Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing this class. And then Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing Forex Basics. So give me a 1 if you guys caught all that. You understand the times are changing, or the days changing for this class. Michael says 3. Dane says 3. Okay, 4, 5, 1. Oh, everybody's. Oh, I guess you type whatever. Cool. Well, let's get started, you guys. Oh, 5. Oh, there we go. Always got to be that one guy, Michael. Always got to be that one guy. Just kidding, man. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna move this chat away. So tonight's class, basically, I'm gonna be going over. Looks like I got about 10 pairs on my screen. I'm gonna be going over what I'm looking at, why I'm looking at it, the potential entries that I'm looking for, and the pairs, and kind of a look in my mind as a trader of what I see when I look at the charts. So let's just start with GBP USD. Right now, so as you guys know, I like to start from the weekly and do a top down. I start from the weekly. If I can find something on the weekly, I enter trades from the close of a candle on the daily chart. The lowest I will ever go is a 4-hour chart. If I mark up on the daily, I enter from the close of a 4-hour candle. So yeah. So right now what I'm looking at is GBP USD. Right now on the weekly chart, you can see that this blue line is the 55 EMA, the exponential moving average. The market has created what we call a double bottom base, okay? This right here is a double bottom base. If you guys, hopefully you guys have heard of a double bottom. If not, let me see if I can find a good example of this is a triple bottom. Let's see, there's another double bottom base. There's that's kind of a double bottom. They're basically a double bottom. So there's a double bottom. It's where the market comes down, okay? It makes a W. Comes down here. It came up. This is kind of a triple bottom, but basically what a double bottom is where the market makes a W like this, okay? And there's 2 points. You see on this trade, you see on this chart how the 2 points right here are pretty much they're pretty much level. I mean, there are a couple pips difference, but for the most part, the two bottoms of this, if you go down to the lower wicks, you can see that it's almost to the pip of this. So it's where the market comes down, and both of the bottom points of the W are rejected around the same area. That is a double bottom. Now, I said a double bottom base. So when you may be asking, well, Riley, was a double bottom base? Well, first let's find my market. No, there it is. So a double bottom base is basically this. You have your same structure. Okay, you have your W. So we're at the W right now. So you can see the W. It's kind of a crooked W, and that's the point. A double bottom base is where the right leg of your W is at a slight angled lower direction than your first point. It serves as the same purpose as a double bottom, okay? It's just what it's done is it's just closed a little lower, and it's the same theory. The idea of a double bottom base, what I'm looking for is, get rid of these. No, don't want to delete that one. What I'm looking for is this area right here. This is known as the neckline, okay? The neckline is where your double bottom, it's the middle point, middle upper point of your W. Now, what I'm looking for is with this trade is one of two things. We're clearly in a downward trend. So what I would prefer, if you can see as well from my trend lines, okay, remember my trend lines, I start at one point and I go until my second wick is touched, which would be this lower one that's actually active, but that's an active move. So I would go to the first one. Okay, so there's point one, point two. This is an active candle, but if you really want to get technical, you can go here. You just might be moving that trend line back and forth. So since we're in a downtrend, I'm actually looking, my perfect scenario would be a sell move because I want to go with the trend. So you can see right here, we're in what they call a descending channel, a downward channel. The market has come down. Okay, it's come back up from this point. It was rejected, came up to this 55 EMA, and the start of this trend line and was rejected again, came all the way back down to this lower channel, was rejected, came up, and it's currently sitting. It has slammed into my weekly 55 EMA. The weekly 55 EMA is a very strong EMA, as well as the 200 EMA. And clear up here is my 800 EMA. Okay, those are my three favorite EMAs to trade with. You can also, so my preferred move would be for this market to close on the daily and come down. So like I said, if I mark up on the weekly, I'm going to go over to the daily chart now and go to where our channels are. And you can see that we are currently in a pin bar candle, which is a reversal candle. We are on an upward momentum on the daily, and we have a reversal candle right here. Price is exhausted. So what I'm looking for is for this candle to close below this weekly 55 EMA and this trend line. If that happens, I will take a sell. Okay, so here's the way that it works with me. Get rid of this big, let's see if I can get rid of this from here. Anyways, this is how I do it. So this is my trend line. If this closes below the 55 EMA and my trend line, I will initiate a sell. Okay, remember, close. That means that this candle needs to close below my 55 and a new candle needs to open. If it closes above my 55, I will still take the trade for two reasons. Because I still have two confirmations. Major area of resistance from the neckline of the weekly double bottom base. Okay, and my trend line from my downward channel. What I will do is if it closes, say it was to close right here, I would mark down 10 pips and I would put a pending sell limit at 10 pips below my trend line. And my stop loss would go above my trend line and then I would go 25 pips. So this is a larger stop loss. Okay, guys, remember, I'm a swing trader. I like big moves. So my stop loss would be 25 pips above this line, above my weekly double bottom base neckline's area of resistance. Okay, so you're looking at a stop loss of about 60 to 80 pips, but a potential gain of 670 pips. Now, will it go that far? I don't know. I will be, if I do take this trade, I will be monitoring it. Okay, so from what I've explained so far, before I move on to the next pair that I'm looking at, does anybody have any questions about this specific pair? Oh, you know, I did say there were two potential trades from here. So the other thing I'd be looking for is the break of this weekly neckline of this double bottom base. Then the theory is it's supposed to, so my first point of structure, it's come down, pulled back, and then come down. I would be looking to go, my potential target would be at my first point of resistance up here or change of direction at 137 pips. My second one would be here at 246 pips. The theory is the length of your left leg. You can see this double top right here. Okay, we have an M. You guys can all see the M, correct? You can see once this neckline was broke, this traveled all the way down to match the left leg. Okay, there was the first point of the left leg where the pullback was. It cleared that and dropped further to the second, almost a third length. Okay, and remember, this is the weekly chart, you guys. These take a lot of patience. Okay, you can, I mean, I was in AUD, NZD just barely for 8 days. Just barely got out of it. Let me check the chat. Looks like we got some people talking, so let's see. Michael, I use the 55 EMA, the 200 EMA, and the 800 EMA. You can also see I have a 5 and a 13, which I use for direction on lower time frames. I don't really pay too much attention to it on the daily and weekly charts. It's mainly for the 4-hour chart. It shows me a sense of direction. You can see the 5 was below the 13 as the market was moving down. As the market moved up, the 5 started to go up, and now it's going down. The 5 is below the 13, and now it's starting to go up. One second, you guys. Sorry, guys. I had to tend to my little ones real quick, 2-year-old and 3-year-old. Okay, anything else, guys, other than Michael asking what EMAs I'm using? So my second potential trade would be if this candle, if the daily candle closes above where I've put my, you see I've labeled it the neckline of my weekly double bottom base. If it closes above this, I'll be looking to long this position, probably somewhere on the daily, somewhere around to my 800 EMA. So if it closes above this red line, I'm looking to go up here to my 800 EMA before my major rejection point. Hannah Mirza says, once it hits the 131592, that's the time you will position the sell. So let's see. That's my, yeah, that's my resistance line of the double bottom base. Let's see where we're at. So no, me personally, I want this trade to close below this white trend line. That is another, if it goes above it, that is another potential area that I would look to sell, but I mostly likely wouldn't, because now I have my trend line, my 55 EMA and my 200 EMA as resistance from going any further down. If it closes, my daily candle closes above my 131592, I will be looking to long this pair. If it closes below either my 55 EMA on the daily or my trend line, then I'll be looking to sell. But I mean, if you really want to get into the technicals of it, this is not a very large area. I mean, you're looking 30 pips. I would need a retest and a fall back a little bit to come back into my channel. If it came back into my channel from 131592, then I would look to sell. That's just that's what I would do. Got it. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the next pair. Euro USD, I've been watching for a while. You can see on the daily chart all the way back to August of 2018, this whole number 1.13000 has been a major area of support for the Euro USD. What I'm looking at for this pair, we are in a clear downtrend. It's been falling since March of 2018. We had some consolidation, an inverted head and shoulders here that shot up, came down, failed to break, a double bottom that went up, and then as we come down, now we've been in a major consolidation since October of 2018. We're also in a daily triangle, my favorite pattern to trade. What I'm looking for this pair is I'm looking for my preferred would be a sell, because it is the trend. The Euro USD has been falling. Fundamentally, Brexit has really been messing with the euro. It's really unreliable right now because of Brexit. If you don't know what Brexit is, Google it. I'll be going over that more in my Friday night class, more an advanced class on fundamentals. What I would prefer for this pair is I want it to break the low end of my triangle. The theory is, again, like I said on Sunday, if it breaks the low end of my triangle here, I'm looking to short this pair for potential 400 plus pips, okay? I would love for it to close below 1.300. That is the only time I will look for that would be my first initiative to sell. This is a whole number, major area in the past of support. As you can see, I mean, we got all the way back to June of 2017. It was resistance. I mean, this is a huge, very important area. Anish, it is recording. Joel said you can find the recordings in the courses section. So my preferred for this is if it closes, let me zoom in. If this closes, if this comes down and touches, see how it's come down and touched already and going back up? If it comes back down and closes above inside this triangle, I will look to long this pair, but I will use half of my regular lot size because it's a counter trend trade. I would prefer for it to come all the way down here, break the 1.1300, retest, and that is when I will go for a short position. Like I said, if it breaks below this 1.1300, I will put a pending sell at 10 pips below that support, turn resistance, because the market doesn't always come back to that area to the pip. So Euro USD is a preferred short, but if it does come back down and close up inside this triangle, again, I will look to long this pair at least to the 55 EMA. And that is Euro USD on the daily chart. Any questions on that one? That one's pretty simple. No? Sweet. AUD CAD, same thing. It's in a triangle. My favorite pattern to trade. Okay, you can see that markets come up, down, rejected, shot way up, rejected, came down, rejected, up to the weekly. 55 was rejected, came down to the triangle, rejected. I mean, this flash crash even shot all the way down and came all the way back up and stayed inside the triangle, so respected this trend line. Rejected, rejected, rejected. I mean, just a bunch of consolidation at the top of the triangle. Like I said, once again, zoom out. So it's in a clear downtrend since November. You can see my preferred, especially since you can see all these EMAs up here. I would love for this to break the lower end of my triangle. When it does, I'll put 10 pips below this and wait for it to retest with the pending sell limit and get my drop. If it does break to the upside, it's going to be a hard ride all the way up. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 EMAs to bust through. I wouldn't look to long this pair, in my opinion. It would just be too stressful for me, and I don't like to be stressed out when I'm trading. Get all emotional, make dumb decisions. So prefers to long this after it breaks my triangle, which would be around the it breaks and closes. My area would be around 94700 on AUD CAD. 94700 is where I would be looking to short this pair if it breaks below. Euro GBP, the one that Dane caught 100 pips on last night. Boycott this candle from the 55 all the way down. It's currently at a major area of support. As you can see, it's a whole number, 0.87000. If this pair breaks 87000 and closes below, I will wait for the retest to it 10 pips below, which would be 87, what is that, 87010 or 86, sorry, 86900. Yeah, 86900. That's where my pending will be if it breaks below, and I will look to write it down to at least a 200 EMA. My stop loss will go above the whole number. You're looking at about anywhere from a 25 pip to a 90 pip stop loss, depending how aggressive you want to be. The potential of 169. The next level is 200. And as we keep falling, I mean, you just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're also at a double top. It's broken the neckline. We're at the first point of resistance, the first point of transition on the double top. The next one is, so we broke the neckline on the double top. We've already come down to the first point of resistance where we're at now. The second point is here. The third point is clear down here. Okay, so looking for a break below and a close of 87000. If it breaks below and breaks it and closes below, I will look for a pullback to a pending of 86900. That's where I'll be looking, and write it down to my EMAs. This one, I'm not really paying attention. It broke my trend line. It broke it's called 3-point descending. Theory is when it 1, 2 hits your third, you put a neckline at the bottom of the second one, which would be right here. And when it comes down and breaks, it should drop the length of your angle. But it broke through my channel and my 55 EMA. I'm currently not really looking unless this weekly candle closes back inside this channel. Go to the daily. Oh, well, actually, no. Trying to complete the left leg of a double bottom. You can see your W right here. It's kind of a scabby one, but it's still there. This one, yeah, I still wouldn't look at. The only reason is because my stop loss would have to be put up here at over, 100 pips. My first EMA is at 127. So this pair, I'm actually just going to close. I'm not even looking at GBP Swiss. AUD NZD, I was in this trade for 8 days. 1 second, guys. I was in this trade for 8 days. It has just been killing me on this, so I decided to take my profit and get out. But that's the life of a swing trader. That's the life of a swing trader and position traders. We will wait and wait and wait and wait and be in trades for days, weeks. Longest I've ever been in a trade is 17 days, caught 400 pips on it. Man, it was an emotional ride. This one, what I'm looking at for this pair, I want this to close below 1.0500. If it does, okay, if it does, this is a huge trade. The potential of this trade on the weekly chart, we have a huge head and shoulders pattern right here. The trend line goes all the way back to 2016. If it closes below 10500, I'll wait for the pullback to 104,900, and then I will take this and I will ride it for quite a while probably. The potential is insane, guys. I mean, it's just astronomical. I'm not even getting the numbers right now, just scare you. But when I'm looking at this trade, AUDNZD, I want the daily candle to close below 1.0500. I'll wait for the pullback to 1.04900, take the trade, and my stop loss will just go above the 38.2 most recent high. So I would put my stop loss, obviously it'd be over the 0.0500. And then I'd put it above the 38.2 right here. If I wanted to be more aggressive, I don't mind big stop losses, so I would come probably somewhere up around this 55 or back inside this trend line, which is 146 pips. But for the potential of 600-700 pips, I'm willing to do that. So NZD CAD, this one's got a couple. This one will be a fun one to talk about. Right now you can see all my lines, so you can see we talked about the double bottom right here. I was hoping that it would break the neckline today so I could take the trade. It did not. It actually bounced off the neckline level of resistance. So right now what I'm really waiting for is, you have a head and shoulders pattern right here. It's kind of choppy, but is actually a nicer one. You get the idea. If it comes back down, it will come back down to the neckline of this. And the theory, once again, the head to the neckline, 300 pips. I will wait for a break below 89150. I'll wait for a pullback to the retest 10 pips below the 89150, so 89050, and I will take a short on this position. I would love to short this pair simply because I have so many points of resistance. I would be pretty aggressive with my stop loss. It'd be above, I'd go above all these EMAs, the 100+ pip stop loss with a gain of potential 300. So easily a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Guys, remember, we always want at least 1 to 2. Whatever your stop loss is, you always want to at least double your reward. That's how you're able to lose 3-4 out of 10 trades and still be in profit, is by proper risk management. Okay, the other thing about this pair, it's kind of a tricky one. Oh yeah, so when I say short, I mean sell. When I say long, I mean buy. Dane, just let me know, and maybe I should let you guys know that in case you didn't know. So remember I said this one's going to be kind of a tricky one. Here's why. You have a head and shoulders pattern on the daily, which is a market structure for a sell, okay, the one we just went over. However, if you come over to the weekly, we now have a very clean inverted head and shoulders pattern, which is a buy. Okay, you can see comes here, the left shoulder, goes down to the head, comes up the right shoulder. What I'm looking for to long, the only way I will long this pair, I will buy this pair. Okay, we are hundreds of pips away from this. But like I said, the life of a swing trader, we are at least 140 pips away from this position. But if this candle, weekly or daily, well, the weekly on this one, if this somehow, this market seems to make its way all the way up here to 91810 and closes above it, I will wait for the retest to come back down at 9190 or 91910, and I will look to long. Okay, the theory once again is the head to the neckline, guys. These are big trades. Okay, you're looking, I mean, that's a lot of pips. If more conservative trader would be to the left leg, so you're looking at least 300 pips. Okay, this would be a great one. If you go zoom out on the, you can see it's just been so up, down, up, down, up, down, but it is making lower lows and lower highs. So I would prefer to sell this pair, short it, because of the fact on the weekly chart it's making lower lows and lower highs, which identifies a downward trend in the market. Euro CHF, I'm actually already in this in a sell. I'm not sure. It looks like I'm in profit actually right now. I took the trade right here. The reason was behind this, the market is in a downward. You know, we had 1, 2, 3. We also had a 800 EMA here, the trend line. My stop loss was not too bad for me from what I considered. You know, we're at 80 pip stop loss, but it's also underneath it. 800 trend line, 200 EMAs and a 55 EMA. There is one 55 EMA down here I will pay attention to, but I came down here to the first. So the first area that I would look to secure is right here, 81 pips, okay, which is at like I said, I am in this trade right now. Looks like I'm just a couple pips in profit actually. So I'm about 11 pips in profit. I'm looking to go 147 pips. But your conservative areas are right here at 1.12467 and then at 1.11867 Euro CHF. And like I said, my reasons were because it came up, it touched this trend line. I caught it a little late, but it touched this 200 EMA, bounce, and the trend line slammed into it, bounced right back off. Also, at the top of an uptrend, you see these indecision candlesticks. That also signifies that the market is starting to lose momentum in its upward move, and it can't really decide where it wants to go. So I have 3 confirmations right there. That's why I took my sell. JPY, huge move. My mentor Mark Walton actually showed me this one. Me and Dane have already caught about 300 pips off of it. We got in a lot more aggressive. Instead of waiting for the retest, we took it right as it broke. It's already broke the weekly triangle. We're waiting for a pullback to, let's see on the weekly chart. We are waiting for a pullback to somewhere around 126,000, around that area. I will short sell this pair. It's got a long theory, the symmetrical triangle. We're talking 1,600 pips. Don't let the numbers scare you. Like I always say, you get into a position, you look at your phone or your computer, and you got a smile on your face, you can't go broke taking profits, guys. How about now? Oh. You guys, give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Dane says it's back. Michael says it's back. Cool. One sec. Okay, so one sec. Let me. Dane, what was the last thing that you heard me say before my screen messed up?
I don't know.
Oh, well, so hey, everybody, give Dana a boo
Oh.
for not paying attention.
I got a little distracted there for a minute about the time you was talking. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's see if Joel is paying attention. Joel, you there? You there, Joel? Well, guess not. I gave the pullback number. Okay, was it Euro JPY? I gave the pullback number on Lincoln. Yes. Okay. Cool. Cool. So we're caught up. We're caught up. All right. So I'm looking for the pullback on Euro JPY. My stop loss is going to be at the first recent high of the triangle. It's only about 30, about 41 pips at 126,494, but I'd go 126. Oops, no, don't do that yet. 126,500 is where I would put my stop loss. If you want to be more aggressive, you could come up around here. The EMAs are kind of high. But anyways, so, and plus if you look here, you have a good area of resistance. So when it pulls back. Oh, okay, Joel, no problem. So there's your JPY. Let's go to CAD CHF. You know, I'm not really looking at this one either. I was looking for the head and shoulders inverted. You can see it to break above these EMAs, and it shot back down, and it's currently bounced off to 55. I'm not really too interested in that, just too much commotion. NZD USD. I am in this trade right now. I wanted it to close. The screen's off again. Can you see my screen now? I don't know why my screen's doing this. I'm gonna have to fight Zoom. I have to fist fight. NZD USD, I am currently in. I wanted a daily close below the 6,800, which it did. It slammed into my 200 EMA. I'm currently just a couple pips in profit, about 4 pips in profit. It slammed in my 200 EMA. Guys, if you can see my screen, give me a 1. Cool, cool. I just want to make sure you guys don't miss none of this. So it came up to my 200 EMA, slammed into, I think this is a weekly 200 EMA. Oh, no, I'm on the 4-hour. Must have been a daily 200 EMA. My trend line. Let's see if this was the daily trend line or weekly. No, it's definitely a daily. So you can see my 0.1. Caught my first wick, second wick right there. Came up. This was a huge, okay, now I know another reason. This is a huge pin bar candle. Shows a very large amount of exhaustion in the market. It's also created a double top base. So I have my 6800 on the 4-hour. Samuel, I'm not sure what you're saying. You're trying to set up on your phone. Maybe up on Facebook or in the group, and maybe post your question in the platform. Maybe we can help you. So the other thing about what's going on right now with this candle, with this market, is you've got about 3 hours left on this daily candle. We're creating a huge bullish candle. If this engulfs this bearish candle, if this engulfs this bullish candle, it will open up a sell zone also right down here. But I'm in this trade now. It closed, so it came up, slammed, and closed below my 200 EMA, my trend line. my 6800 support resistance line, and I'm looking to ride this trade down to, let's see the daily. So if it breaks, I'm kind of being aggressive with it. If it, my first point will be down to the 23.6, around 67300 will be my first area I will look to take profits or secure profits. And then my next area will be the left leg down at the 0.66500. This is NZD USD. AUD USD on the weekly, I want it to come back up and touch my trend line. Now I'll look to short this. I don't really have too much of an area where I would go other than down around here to 68173. My stop loss would be above the intersection of this trend line and this area of resistance, and above the EMA, you're looking at 70 pips, 76 pips for a potential gain of 156, so about a 1 to 2. And GBP NZD, I am already in this pair. I got in this pair. Move this up a little bit. It came down on the weekly. It has slammed into my weekly 200 EMA. Oh, this was a signal that got called. This was a signal trade. Whenever I usually look at a signal, when we get signals, I usually go and I evaluate the market myself. What I liked about this was that we were right below the 200 EMA. And at the time, we'd had a very sharp angle trend line that is now trying to fight with. I'll actually probably close profit at 20 pips for this, just because I don't see much of what interests me. Or actually, yeah, I'll let it go down to where it's at because it's got a huge area of support right here. So this was actually a signal. And just so you guys know, I've been taking a lot of the signals as well. Awesome results out of, I think, 6 or 7. I think I've only lost 2 or 3. I know I've got about a 65–70% win rate with the signals so far. So thank you for the signals. I love them. So guys, that is my midweek update. Thank you guys so much for attending. I hope you guys got some notes. I'm going to get this recording uploaded into the group so you can get back there and get some numbers. Remember, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just what I am looking at as a trader in my mind. I really appreciate y'all showing up. Remember, this class will no longer be on Wednesdays. It will be on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I will have Sunday nights will be Forex Basics at 9 p.m. Eastern. Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, will be the weekly outlook where I'll be marking up patterns, be looking for triangles, channels, and things like that. Major areas of support and resistance to be looking. And then Monday nights, we will come back to what I talked about on Friday and see where we are in current trades and trades that Michael says, I thought you were the signal guy. No, I don't send out signals. I just love to teach Forex. I love to teach. Just love to teach. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. Keep putting it out there, guys. Let's get this group to 1,000 people. My birthday's the 27th of this month. Let's see if we can bust out 1,000 people in the next 4 days, 3 days. Okay, that'd be an awesome. So class Monday and Friday. Yes, Monday, Friday, Sunday. So it'd be Friday, Sunday, Monday. It'd be an awesome birthday present if we could get this group to 1,000 people by my birthday on the 27th of this month. That would be so freaking awesome. Who knows? Maybe I'll do something crazy if we do. You know, do a contest or something, a giveaway, give away some money. I don't know. Don't quote me on it, but I've been known to do that. So 1,000 people by my birthday, the 27th. Dane wants 100,000 by his birthday. I mean, we got okay, let's do it. Shit, we get 100,000 people by your birthday, we'll do some crazy stuff. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let's go bust this out. Watch the recording, get some numbers, get excited, get pumped. Joel's put together an amazing platform, and I'll see you guys on, what is today? Friday.
Right.
All love. Peace out, guys.